fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away in the little rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste my musta man to statue. Say me like a catch you, but me got in a figure you. Take the script of money, girl, and say that it's not you. One day the man above me up, him a got a bet. Too much it in the kitchen, so my fly well like a patu. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out with each.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, them rap and they down in our fever. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the sun man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
Or them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again.
Global TV send another one. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, Global TV, I send them home. Yeah, man, this is Michael Buckley. I tell you, say, yo, the Global TV, yeah, man, me represent that 100%. Play the music, Global. Boom, shell.
Good morning, and welcome to Global Television. Thank you for joining us. Good afternoon if you are tapping in from London. I hope you all had a exciting, joyful, peaceful, and unforgettable weekend. How are you all doing this morning? Thank you all for joining the Global Television family. Morning, everybody, and welcome to my family and my community of Parity Good Morning platform moderator, membership holders, viewers, and subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good morning. My camera already I play up some before me come on screen. It been freezing, but never mind. We'll get on with it. Lilith Foster, Beat and Teach, Debbie Jarvis TV. Create a Universe, Marcia Thomas, Yvonne Riley, Izzy Holder, Arlene Foster, Veteran, Wagwan, Jason Kane, Prospective Power, Abinasa Cody, Rose, RJ, Audrey Patterson, Miranda Rada, Paula Shelley, Sheena Kelly, Monica Hawthorne, Millicent Jones, Elijah B. Yes, Millie, sorry, EM, Morning, Carlene Jones. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Like and share the live, please. Accountability is rather a two-way street. You cannot be holding government or public official accountable, and then where you operate an organization to do so, then you blatantly want to hide away from accountability or transparency. What are we talking about? We're talking about the One Jamaica Legal Foundation, One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. You are aware of some allegations I put forward last Monday night. Michelle Lewis Wilson. They came out yesterday, on Saturday, a bit more toned down, moved from a barking dog to a child. But I want to make certain things clear this morning. And I'm speaking particularly this morning to the donors of the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. Debs, morning. I'm speaking particularly to the donors. I'm not speaking to social media bullies or supporters or no, I'm speaking particularly to the donors. Let's deal with the childish bit first. Rather than answering questions or giving information to your donors, you came out and you said other allegations that other platforms are making are childish. Let me ask this. When Mr. Lonesome came out a few weeks ago and liked the match, I didn't hear anyone came out and label it as childish. Mr. Rattigan came out later, Pamela Akola, and threw more petrol to the fire, telling her about how him eat with lonesome food and all that. Nobody branded that as childish. The minute Global TV start asking critical questions of the foundation, it was a barking dog, and then now it comes to being childish. Nobody note Mr. Rattigan's or Mr. Lonesome childish behavior, but Global TV is childish. Global TV don't mind being the child of the family. Why? Because sometimes we pick them out, set palm pring. And some of the things that you big people won't say, we the picking, we just blurt it out. So Global TV really don't mind being the child of the social media group. But they say it's childish to give accountability in public. The spending of One Jamaica Legal Defense. The fearless leader told you, after tax is been filed, he will provide that. That has nothing to do. Providing a financial statement, Cousin J. Wagwan, Raymond G, has absolutely nothing to do with filing your tax return. Your financial statement or your bank statement is something that you can get if needed, something you can walk into your bank and request. If you do online banking, you can download it via your online banking system. Or is it that One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation doesn't have a bank account? So they can't tell the people how their money has been spent. Now, another thing they said, when they were soliciting donations from you, the public, they came in public with a loudspeaker and they hoot their horns and they ask you for your donations. None of them tap you on your shoulder and ask you to donate to One Jamaica Legal Defense. They came with a loudspeaker and they solicit the donation from you in public. However, though, you were told on Saturday, we're not going to get into the childish galanging in public. If you want to know, contact us, tap us on the shoulder so we can whisper in your ears and tell you how it goes. Is it a way to manipulate people in order to distract them from what you should be telling them, but refuse to be engaging them in that conversation as an organization which calls government out and accountability? So for you, the donors, ask this question. What does filing your tax return has to do with producing a financial statement of how the money donated to One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation is being spent? What does filing your tax have to do with you producing that now? So they say you should ask them. So I'm helping you, the donors, to ask some of the questions that you should ask them. Now, the One Jamaica Legal Defense website. No, let's go back a bit. The One Jamaica Legal Defense, or any organization that registered as a 501(c)(3) as a tax-exempt organization must be restricted from political campaign, meaning no political campaign slash activity for a particular political party must not be attached to the foundation. It must not carry out any political lobbying or any political activism. Now let's roll back a bit here. On the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, and you could go across social media and look up all different sort of foundations. You may hear a lot of the names of foundations. Look them up. On the One Jamaica Legal Defense, Wilfred Rattigan, fearless leader of the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. Is this not a suggested political overtone? Where would you find an organization, a not-for-profit, a tax-exempt, registered under Section 501, subsection C, ought to be restricted from political activism and lobbying? Fearless leader. Is there any political overtone? Ask this question. to the leader. Is One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation free of political activism? That's one of your questions that you should ask. Is the One Jamaica Legal Foundation free of political activism from any particular political party? That's one of your questions that you ought to ask. Let's move on. Right. Come on, things. Stop switching and swashing over the place. That's where I want you. A Section 501c3 organization must not be organized to operate for the benefit of private interests, such as the creator or creator's family, shareholder of the organization, other designated individual, or persons controlled directly or indirectly by such private interests. No part of the net earning of Section 501(c) organization may inure to the benefit of any private shareholder or individual. A private shareholder or individual is a person having a personal and private interest in the activities of the organization. Ask this question: is One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation free of political activism? Under the U.S. Code, hold on. These are what the organization is bound to as it is registered. Under the Internal Revenue Code, all sections 501(c) organization are absolutely prohibited from directly or indirectly participating or intervening in any political campaign on behalf of or in opposition to any candidate or elective public official. Contribution to political campaign funds or public statement of position, verbally or written, made on behalf of the organization in favor of or in opposition to any candidate or public office clearly violated any prohibition against political campaign activities. Violating this prohibition may result in denial or revocation of tax-exempt status and the imposition of certain excise tax. Certain activities or expenditure may not be prohibited depending on the facts and circumstances. For example, certain voters' education activities, including representing public forum and publishing voters' education guide, conducted in a non-partisan manner, do not constitute a prohibition. Does not constitute prohibited political campaign activity. In addition, when I write me, I've stretched my heart for read them, so bear with me. In addition, other activities intended to encourage people to participate in the electoral process, such as voters registration and get out the voters drive, would not be prohibited political campaign activity if conducted in a non-partisan manner. The question is, let's turn to, we'll stop there and we'll ask a few questions. Now, we've all heard and see how everything went down over social media after the Canada conference. Mr. Wayne Lonesome made it clear to everyone his political affiliation. He's clearly a political activist for the People's National Party. Byron from Mystic Sensation has made it plain and clear that he is a socialist, a Manlyite, and an activist of the People's National Party, a staunch Mark Golding supporter. Bear in mind what I have just read to you. Is the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation free of political activism as U.S. law suggests it should? So when you're donating your money, you would want to know if you're donating your money to an organization that is legally compliant. This is important to you, the donors who would want to, that the tax exemption is related to. To be exempt under Section 501(3)(c) of the Internal Revenue Code, an organization must be organized and operated exclusively for exemption purpose, set forth in Section 501(c)(3), and none of its earning may inure to any private shareholder or individual. In addition, it may not be an action organization. It may not attempt to influence legislation as a substantial part of its activity, and it may not participate in any campaign activity for or against political candidates. Organizations described in Section 501(c)(3) are commonly referred to as charitable organizations. organizations described in Section 501 3C, other than testing for public safety organization, are eligible to receive tax deductible contribution in accordance with Code Section 170. The organization must not be organized to operate for the benefit of private interests. And no part of Section 501c3 organization net earning may inure to the benefit of any private shareholder or any individual if the organization engages in an excess. So your money donated to the organization must go towards the work of the organization, not to hither, thither, private interest, or anybody out there unrelated to the work of the organization. So you must want to know when you ask these questions, why do we have to wait for tax filing to find out how our current donation are being spent? And was there any tax filing last year? Just a question. The board at the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, your original website, Mr. Rattigan was named as a director, as a board member. Herb Nelson Jr. was named as a board member. Melissa Chinloy was named as a board member. We heard from Herb interview last week that once Herb started asking questions of accountability, Herb was kicked off the board. Richard Crookson was always a member of the board, but has never been disclosed publicly. One of the questions you should ask, why is Richard in the shadows? I hope and I write down the question you donors, On the recent website, since her being kicked off, Mr. Rattigan is the only person named on the board. The question you should ask, Mr. Rattigan, why is Richard Crookson not declared? Who will replace Herb Nelson Jr. on the board? And where is Melissa Chinloy? Where is Melissa Chinloy? That is Richard Crookson. Why was Richard never, ever named in public as a board member of the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation? Melissa Chinloy. Where is Melissa Chinloy? Who will replace Herb Nelson Jr. on the board. For over 8 years, Zara Burton have been investigating Andrew Holness. I've never heard once anyone calls that childish. But global television is childish. So those are your questions that I want you to ask your leaders, your fearless leaders. Is there is the fearless leader title a political overtone? 1. 2, why do we have to wait for tax filing for you to produce a financial statement in order for us to know how the money of the foundation is being spent? 3, as is registered, is the organization, bear in mind the connection with Wayne Lones, the Stallone son, and Byron from Mystic Sensation, is as registered for tax exempt purposes? Is the organization free from political campaign and activism or / activism? Why was Richard never declared for? And 5, where is Melissa Chinloy? I will leave it at that for now. I am not here to play any mind games with you. Those who seek to hold the government accountable cannot continue to run that message if they are not being transparent and accountable themselves. If we're talking about a better Jamaica, doing it here to make it better for Jamaicans at home, we must get it right. We cannot play the same political, nepotistic, cronyism, and all sorts of something game where we call a corrupt game where we call out the government from. We have to approach with clean hands, or we must be able to want to be held accountable. We can't come out here and say we're a fearless leader, and you can't talk to the people about how their money is being spent, and every time when you come out here is about flying and downgrading global television, the major investigator of social media. The people must know the truth. I am determined for the people to know the truth. For the last 2 weeks, you are being manipulated. For the last 2 weeks, wolves have been pulled over your eyes. For people who take this stand against government, I didn't expect them to do that. I'm not going to join in with them to do that. I'm not going to stand aside and watch it happen and not lend my voice to it. We will never get to justice until we start dealing with truth. Mr. Rattigan is going to be forced to become honest. And this is where I leave it this morning. Let Mr. Rattigan continue playing his mind games. The truth have a way of surfacing itself. You see. So, let me turn to the PNP then. KSMC. Chamber name in National Heroes Honor. Is this narrative in from the People's National Party? Is this vote buying? Hold on, coffee. Political activism is illegal under the non. For those of you who live in America, you can go on the IRS website and see the requirements of 5013C. It's out there for everybody to see. It's public knowledge. It's the law. What I'm saying to you, the law says it must happen or it must not happen. The law says it must not or must not happen. And if an organization registered under Section 5013C must adhere to U.S. law, it's as simple as that. Whether I don't want to be Rattigan supporter, I don't want to be Will Lonesome supporter, or any supporter, I don't want to go and read. Do not be manipulated. Social media is a minefield for manipulation. And everybody come out here, come speak the truth. That's why when me come out here, come talk truth, I regularly get attacked. But it will not deter me, because if your work is about achieving justice, you have to find truth first. You have to interact with truth first before you have justice. We will never get to justice with the shady dealings, the lies, and the underbelly, underhand, surreptitious behavior. This is why we are in the position we are in. We can't continue to sweep things under the carpet. It's not going to work. Global TV is here. Wagwan, Carlos, how you doing? Global TV is here. Nothing now go hide under the carpet anymore. So the truth must be told. It must be. The people must know the truth. The people fund the organization. They must. And I'm determined to make sure that happens. They must know how their money was spent and on what their money is spent. That Global TV is dedicated to. No matter what anybody may want to say to me or about me, Global TV is determined to make sure you know how your money was spent by the one Jamaica Legal Defense. Okay. Producer Wayne is a barking dog. Producer Wayne is a child. Producer Wayne is lying. Why on earth does Mr. Rattigan not embarrass me with the truth and the facts is a question that you should ask him. Why, if Wayne is lying, why one of you don't put out the truth? You keep saying you have the truth, but you not attack it. Stop manipulating the people. I will not stay by idly, Sher W. And watch the people get manipulated. It just will not happen. If I'm lying, it's easy to embarrass me. It is easy to put me to shame if I'm lying. Publish the financial statement. This has nothing to do with tax filing. Publish the financial statement. It's simple. But let's go to the PNP then. How would this be? Let me tell you something, PNP. Let me tell you something, Jamaican government and Jamaica people. Walk on naming things in the country. Pa Marcus Garvey name, do's sodal. Nothing. Brr. Now, how much people have access to the KSMC chamber? How often do we hear about the KSMC chamber? It is time, though, that we consider seriously and urgently a rehaul of our syllabus and how we teach history. If una want to think, we think on a serious about Marcus Garvey. Elaine Turner, how you do? You oversleep, Ladybug, the easy jerk world. If una want to think on a serious, a Marcus Garvey syllabus. A Marcus Garvey syllabus is what is needed. We don't need the naming and nothing. Look how when Woody Maya came to Jamaica the other day, we were embarrassed. We were embarrassed when Woody Maya came to Jamaica the other day. Woody Maya knew so much about Garvey and Garveyism that Jamaicans knew nothing about. Jamaicans knew nothing about Garvey and Garveyism. That's why I may say, Joe Boy, if anybody who is a donor, I've laid out about 5 to 6 questions for to ask Rattigan. Rattigan have to be held accountable. And Rattigan have to stop calling Andrew Holness' name. And I am dedicated to that. If Rattigan can't hold Mark Golden accountable, all right? Rattigan, we'll go back to the PNP. Rattigan said, one government at a time. One government at a time. The opposition is a part of the government. They are legislatures. In the representative and in the Senate, they make your laws. You pay them. Mark Golden was the Minister of Justice in the last government. Mark Golden wrote the Integrity Commission bill. When the JLP amended with the gag clause, the PNP with their numbers at the time, 2017, them time they it never whittled down to 14. You all with your majority, with your vote, you voted it through. That's a part of governing a country. So when Mr. Rattigan is manipulating you all and tell you about one government at a time, no. You can also hold the leader of opposition for the lacking in their duty we pay them for. Otherwise, I'm not going to tell Mark Golden, say, do it voluntarily. Mark Golden is the highest paid, the second highest paid public servant in our country. Mark Golden is not doing a voluntary job. And Rattigan is of the view that you can't hold the opposition to account one government after time. As a lawyer, Mr. Rattigan, understanding of constitutional law, should tell him that the opposition is the part of Her Majesty legislative government. But the manipulation of the mind is so powerful across social media that they think in the face of global television that will work. Ask Mr. Rattigan what the dance is about the board membership. The Cupid, the cha-cha-cha-cha, just all over the place. So ask Mr. Rattigan what's the cha-cha slide or the Cupid or the shuffle is about on the board. Gonna ask him. So the picnic said, the picnic said, ask him if he's legally compliant as section 5013C requires. So back to Uno PNP, naming something in Marcus Garvey's name does nothing. Not one iota. Nothing. Uno just a pull a wool over the people. It's just another wool pulling. Oh, We are the Marcus Garveyites. We are the socialites. We are the maroon lovers and all that. It's narrative in PNP. It's narrative. Come to us and tell us that in our next government, a drastic overhaul of our education syllabus that will ensure a Marcus Garvey syllabus, a way forward for Jamaica, is designed under a Marcus Garvey education syllabus. Otherwise, it's fraud, PNP. Fraud. I'm going to find something, though, that don't wash with me. Let's deal with our education. Rat is a big yes man, Arlene. And more and more, I'm not going to say it. But may I go take time with them, because, you have to take time with baby picnics. But Ratty have to speak to you. I'm not asking him to speak to me. You who donate to his organization, he must speak to you. So PNP, do better than that. Do better than that. Marcus Garvey legacy is not walking around naming things in Marcus Garvey's memory. It doesn't do anything for us. What we want is changes in our education. Changes that would require us to go a different route, where we start doing a different education in financing, wealth management, and economic creation. We have not tapped into any of those things because of the historical teaching of subserviency and submissiveness of the education system that we inherited. So if Mark Golden and him team want to think say them serious, let's talk about education. Don't come here with the plaques and placards and all that. It doesn't wash. How much time when you see Andrew can cut ribbon on highways? You don't see how the whole of them mash up all over the place. Till Chinese contractor now a turn around blame Jamaican contractor. Say a Jamaican contractor do the substandard work and put the substandard material. But because Jamaica people are easily manipulated, easily led, everybody can come and manipulate you, lead you into their direction for their own social standing, climbing, and status. And the people of Jamaica get nowhere. La 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 la. We strong, we lead. Bully doctor. Yes, other doctor there, Dr. Tufton friend. Him a walk and thump everybody pan them mouth. Wanna get it now? Wanna get it now? Say there were 12 disciples. We're only talking about 2 now. Dr. Tufton and his friend. Dr. Tufton, we'll investigate you, and we'll investigate your bully doctor friend. We'll leave it at that. We break this transmission to bring you breaking news. Babsy is out of intensive care alive. Disappointing, but it is a fact. Let's move on. The face of criminals. Jamaica. Na 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 na.
11, in the quiet community of Cherry Tree Lane in Clarendon, our entire nation was shaken by a brutal act of violence.
Gangsters mercilessly took the lives of 8 innocent Jamaicans, including
Hey, that's the lamb. You're Nostradamus. This is the same woman last week that was rubbing and fixing and hitching that Luton Cousins is using Clarendon as a political PR.
a 7-year-old boy.
These criminals will strike again, destroying more families and more communities unless we stand together to stop them.
If you have any information that can help bring these killers to justice, please share it with the security forces.
The government has established a reward fund of $25 million for information leading to the arrest.
Why not take the people in Pretty Picnic and Glenmore High School and corrupt them in our Galangian? Why? Where is Horace Chang? Where is Kevin Watsit, or rather his name? Kevin Watsit, his name. Somebody remember me, the police commissioner, Bruha. Where is Kevin Watsit? Where is Chang? Why is Andrew leading the charge across the country? Juliet Cockburn Finn said, Luton Cousins are play politics because Luton Cousins, when he reached down there, said no security force weren't on the ground. Does this not look like a political campaign message to you? Tell me, don't argue with me. Does this not look like a political campaign message?
On Sunday, August 11th,
wicked
quiet community of Cherry Tree Lane in Clarendon, our entire nation was shaken by a brutal act of violence.
Gangsters mercilessly took the lives of 8 innocent Jamaicans, including a 7-year-old boy.
These criminals will strike again, destroying more families and more communities unless we stand together to stop them.
If you Fitz Bailey, if one never order on a bad man them like in a 1980, one no order in 1974 to 1980, when no order on a bad man them after the CIA and Americans them going on a gun rent a car and drugs. It's the same drive-by shooting Uno JLP carry out across the country in order to unseat Michael Mann. I was a child, I remember. Uno, the Jamaica Labour Party. The same violence we're seeing now is the same violence we engaged in the last half of 1970. Same disgusting behavior from one who was taught by Seaga, Edward Seaga, one who is completing some of the things that Edward Seaga did not get to accomplish. And your opposition is rather silent. Your opposition thinks that the best it could do is take few court cases against the government, but stay silent on everything else.
If you have any information that can help bring these killers to justice, please share it with the security forces.
The government has established a reward fund of $25 million for information leading to the arrest and charge of the perpetrators who committed this heinous act.
The facilitators who supply them with the arms, intelligence, and the transportation.
And those who harbor and protect these criminals after the crime.
If you know something, say something.
Call Crime Stop at 311, MOCA at 888-6622-847, the NIB at 811, or JDF at 837-8888.
Together,
we
will
defeat
the
gangs
and develop a culture of peace in our country.
Culture of peace, he said. The Jamaica Labour Party is talking about a culture of peace. This same Jamaica Labour Party, where history can show that they were the one who started and instituted the illegal gun trade and the violence against the people for political gain. The gangsterism, the garrisons created by them was started under them. Of course, the PNP double in a hit too. But our crime is the politics we inherit. And under no circumstances, Global TV is going to suck up to corruption if Global TV is fighting against corruption and crime. If ask Carlos Gray, I tell him, any organization you're in, walk a straight line. You're not outside the scope of Global Television. Whatever you want to say about Herb, Nelson, Carlos, and Dr. Francis, they are surprised of the information that I'm questioning and putting out in public. They themselves were in the shadow, just like Richard Crookson. Thank you this morning for being here. Let me go through some of the comment. Can I see it look like some people are having some misunderstanding in their comments. Let me see if me whip my way, because I didn't focus on the comment much this morning. Let me see, focus on your comments a bit. Bear with. Ratty was too close to Wayne Lonesome, who's a PNP activist. PNP Wayne Lonesome doesn't. That's right. The donors, them say the donors, them now go do the childish thing in a public like Global TV. So the donor them for contact them. The donor them for contact them in a private, make them manipulate them mind. But when you not come beg money, when you not come solicit money, when you come with loudspeaker, we go so tell loudspeaker and talk how the people the money is spent. You can't take up loudspeaker when you want beg. Donmel, how are you? And then when you must provide accountability, come at me whisper in your ears, not round here. Pauline Dixon. Trust me. That's why I say Rattigan for stop call Andrew Holness name. Make people who is fighting this battle free and fair do that. You can't be doing the same thing as Andrew and then not expect to be held accountable. Verna Adams, Create a Universe. How you do? When I like and share the like, I want to start one of this man over the little likes. Me don't even look over them. That's a lot of trouble now. Oliver Rodney. Jamaica never had an evil leader like Andrew Holness. It looks like only criminal in government. So anything to get rid of Andrew, focus on that. No, listen, not anything to get rid of Andrew. We're making a mistake when we say that. If you have to use corruption to get rid of corruption, you're going to have to continue the corruption. Rattigan too corrupt to engage in a diaspora affair. Make Rattigan go back to the law and FBI. Diaspora affair would now go entertain a corruption in it. Not. So it's not about anything to get rid of Andrew Holness. Get rid of him correctly. We all have to vote either party. We can do better or silence. Them not like the live. Them go there for mental for business, and them can't say them they here and not learning. Them can't say when them they hear me manipulate them mind. Them can't say when them come a Global TV, them left here confused. But still them not hit the like button. Hey, Jesus. Exactly. Exactly, you can't blame none of the two. They're expecting Ratty to be 100% with both. You are looking for one who will hold JLP and PMP accountable. Yes, the aim is to hold politician and public official accountable, not to hold Andrew Holness and him 49 thief accountable. Then the handful plus two a PMP over there get away with hell, sitting down getting them big pay, but is silence to everything where we come out here every day a backload on social media. No. Ivan Bradford, how are you doing? But we are here to hold people accountable. The government this is not party thing. You should go to prison. Okay. That is the whole aim of how the entire thing came about, to hold government and public official accountable. Not to hold Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party accountable. That's not what the organization is registered for. It's not registered to hold Andrew Holness and the JLP accountable. No, that's a violation of US law. Sorry. Lord, I cook a nice rice and peas yesterday. Rice and peas. And add bulgur into it. Whoa, you went back to school yesterday. Here in Rattigan and Wayne Lonesome platforms seem like an interview for PMP positioning for chief of police. When we have to tie rope, when we have to buy a rope for Rattigan for time when you don't get that job, because the fourth time you might go take it to heart. Him get 3 refusal already. The fourth time he might go take it to heart. Let this go, bro. You all not helping the cause no more. Let it go. You all talk it out and cuss it out. You're so wrong, Rodney. Go and tell Zara Burton to let it go. Zara Burton have been investigating Andrew for so long. I am not here cussing with Rattigan. I am not here cussing. You notice I address him as Mr. Rattigan, Mr. Lonesome. I'm not here cussing. I'm saying to the people, a registered organization, a not-for-profit, which is run by Mr. Rattigan, have to be compliant under US law. That is the point of my investigation. This is no cascas, and they are making it look like a cascas. That's a manipulation tactic to say the truth is the forefront of everything here. If they get away with this lie, there are more lies that's going to come. If them get away with this bad blood within the system, there's more bad blood developing. When we attack things, truth, fully and head on and direct, then we go away to solve the problem. The letting go, the sweep it under the carpet, the turn a blind eye is where Jamaica is where it is now. And I'm not going to succumb to that. Let it go. Turn a blind eye. I don't your business. If it's in public, it's my business. If it concerns justice, it's my business. If it concerns the law, it is my business. No letting it go around here. Feet must be dangled over the fire. You must hold Mr. Rattigan to account. Mr. Rattigan blow the whole thing up. And him can't just walk away so and come talk like Global TV is lying, Global TV is a barking dog, Global TV is a child. I'm telling you the questions that you should ask him. All of them are set out in this show here. Listen to the show, write it down if you're a donor and ask those questions. And you will see who I tell lie if a global TV. You will see if a global TV. Oh, my mouse dead. Me, I forgot to use my finger. Some of these people don't want to hear the truth comes out. Well, I saw Jamaicans saying, Arlene, Jamaica people afraid of the truth. What does Kofi say here? The organization was born from political activism, bro. You are starting the obvious and using to gaslight your audience. I don't think you understand anything, Kofi, of what I have said this morning, what I have read concerning US laws and the requirement. I don't think also you have listened from the start with the whole Global Jamaica diaspora, which they took from the government, the call to action, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. They were all groups working together. Registered as the financial arm of the organization is the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. Political activism, Kofi, is not the prohibition here. Partisan, Kofi, you have missed that. Partisan, I've read it in the section. Partisan political activities is what is prohibited. How am I gaslighting the people? You need to listen. And what you could also do is go back over, whether you want to go on the IRS website or you want to read the screenshots that I've put up on the screen, what US law requires. It's not a prohibition on political activities. It's a prohibition on partisan political activity. The section is plain for you to read, Kofi. Just read section 501. 501. You don't even have to read just subsection C only. Read the entire, go on the American system and read the entire. I want me charge of for me mouse. Read the entire section 501 and it will give you a clear understanding. What I have read for you is from paragraph C. So you have paragraph A, B, and others to read. You can read it yourself, all right? So don't come here with a gaslighting argument. We're not talking to Horace Strong. We're talking to Global TV, all right? Oliver, it was not cussing out. Thank you, Jaboy. It is facts that we need to put on the table. Thank you, Jaboy. Thank you. We have to hold everyone accountable, even those who claim to be advocating. Thank you, Jaboy. You were listening. Thank you. You can know the Rattigan and Wayne Lonesome support of them. You know, them think everything is about war and mud chewing. Then if the same thing would apply to Wayne Lonesome. Why, since this thing started, nobody can outline what Wayne outlined, or nobody can give you a straight argument or a sensible argument. But when them have come take on the money, they sing, there were 12 disciples, Jesus called to help him, Simon, Peter, Andrew, where is Richard Cookson? You can't go on. My mother know before my mother dead and my mother grow me, my mother know me. My mother know say when it come to the shoot, me no shut up. Me no shut up. Where else? Mr. Rattigan have to answer the questions. He could have dance, Cupid, shuffle, cha-cha slide. He will have to answer them. As much as you see Zara Burton, I walk and hide from Andrew. Rattigan go walk and hide from man same way. But him go answer them. Because if him not answer them to me, go answer them to you, the donors. So no can people, there's a thing that sits uncomfortable with. You see, manipulation. People can't tell lies, you know. We all tell lies at times. Trust me. It's a human thing. We all tell lies at times. But you see, when somebody set out deliberately to manipulate you, that does not go down well with me. We all lie at times. We all lie at times. It's the truth. But when one sets out deliberately to manipulate the people, it's not acceptable. And if I sit down and know that you are being manipulated and I say nothing, I am no better than those who manipulate you. All it takes for bad people to flourish is for one good person to stay silent. That will not be global television. Oh no. A truth person will come out here, come talk. We're not going to talk truth about that which we associate ourselves with, and not talk truth. About them and tear down other people. No. All right. A lot of people didn't see that, Shana. A lot of people didn't see that. Hey. A lot of people did not see that. Because you see, in the social media spheres, people get caught up with the emotion, in their emotion, with the presenter and the platform holder. And that's how you make the biggest mistake, people. That's why you don't get manipulated and lied to so easily. You have to be concerned with the truth and whether the information is beneficial to your spirit or human society. And that one of a concern about. Me can't allow Uno to be lied to. Me just look through Uno comment. But Errol Brown, want to go on? We cannot fix Jamaica with manipulation and lies, my people. There's a time where we're going to have to bite the bullet of truth if we need to get rid of the entrenched system that doesn't benefit us. We really have to tackle the issue head on. You see the skirting around the sideways of the issue that Mr. Rattigan has been doing since this issue started. How does that compare with the word fearless leader? Is mind-boggling. A fearless leader cannot come out here and speak to his audience, cannot be honest with his supporters. Fearless leader. Murder. War. No, sir. Anyway, my people. Anyway. You see, women, let me talk to you women before you go. You're one of the biggest problem in the social media spheres. Why are you? You are in the social media space the most easily manipulated. And most of the time I'm talking about women from say 50 upwards. A lot of the time easily get manipulated because they approach you as if they're honest. They approach you with the God argument. They also know what to do as well, which is called playing the human emotion card. The human emotion card is what is actually being played out at the moment in Clarendon by the government. Play on your emotion to garner sympathy and support, and in the case of OLJDF, by extension, donations. This is where Global Television ends it this morning. The investigation continues. Good morning and good afternoon from Global TV.